Hey there, and happy Thursday. Really had to think about what day it is today. Usually I start off like card series on a Monday or something. Oh my goodness, my hair is like crazy. I have been working like up a storm trying to finish up April cards for you guys and get those out for those that requested them or ordered them. I still haven't, but the vacuum cleaner behind me says I've been working like just oodles today with the dies. Do you ever have like I'm working with those Detailed Trees dies today, and every time I scrub with my die brush, like pieces everywhere. Do you guys get like pieces everywhere? So I thought, you know, if I don't get out my vacuum and just start vacuuming right away, those pieces are gonna hurry scurry everywhere else around the house too before long. So I kind of worked on that card and vacuumed, and then there was another one in the set of 10 for April that I've had to vacuum up too. So thanks again for that great day of free shipping. That's what's kind of gotten me behind on getting cards out too, because when Stampin' Up! Does a surprise shipping sale like that, and I don't know too much in advance that's going to happen, I try and let you guys know, and then I started working on it. Also, my list of cards to make grows, and I do appreciate that, but I'm having a blast doing it, and it's still cold and yucky here, so why not be inside making cards? Hi Lisa, hi Rosina, hi Carol, oh from Connecticut, wonderful. So I see my hostess is on here too, Lois, so I will just stop jabbering and get to the point. So here is my card today using brand new products, like products that you can't even get yet, but next week you can. And so Lois has stepped up, Lois Anderson, to be my virtual hostess, and her party opened up a couple weeks ago so that she could catch people that still wanted to order from the retiring annual catalog. And then I wanted to get some ideas out for those that might want to order again from the new catalog, or that are waiting for the new catalog and ordering too. Hi Arlene, hi Jane, hi Donna. I'll respond to your email when I'm done here, Donna. And with that, I know that Lois loves masculine cards, and so I thought, okay, if I'm going to pull something out of the things that I was able to pre-order, it's going to be something masculine to start off our party, and I thought that was kind of fun. Stampin' Up! Only lets us pre-order certain things. Well, it was to start off our party, and I thought that was kind of fun. Oh my goodness. Pre-order certain things. My volume's up on my iPad. That scared me, sorry. And so, hey Connie, hi Tabitha. And with that, it was like, okay, do I start with masculine or do I show you those beautiful ink colors? So masculine went out today, but Lois has 2 more cards I'm going to make for her party. So let me get my iPad set down so I can look for questions and comments from you guys as I work away. Thanks, Pam. I appreciate that when you share and get the word out. Let me get my desktop a little bit more visible. So for those of you that are interested in ordering from Lois's virtual party, that's her host code there. And here, hi Diane, is a better view of her card here. It's kind of got a little bit of a different kind of fun fold there. And with that, I want to show you the products. And this is where I run into just a little bit of problem, nothing serious, but until Tuesday, I cannot open this catalog and show you anything in the inside. And you might go, we have the catalog at home. You can open it up. So if you want to know where like this whole collection's coming from, it's from pages 78 and 79 of the annual catalog to look at the products I'm going to be using. So once again, pages 78 and 79. So with that, that's just a stipulation that Stampin' Up! Has on demonstrators, and I like being a demonstrator, so I try to follow the rules. So yeah, so if you go, oh, that's the new catalog cover, that looks different, because this will be the first video I've done showing things from that catalog. Before I forget, for the inside, just in case I forget, I'm going to use the Celebrating You stamp set, and that right now is in the mini catalog, so that can be ordered now. I do see that it's carrying over into the annual catalog, so it'll be a nice follow-through set because there's so many great sentiments for so many different occasions, and I want to let you know that. So the You Are Every Bit of Wonderful, when I get to the inside of the card, I'm using it, and that's where that comes from. Now on pages 78 and 79, the He's All That, or excuse me, He's the Man collection. There's a stamp set, and it has all sorts of great sentiments. I like it because they kind of have a little bit, I don't want to say sass, but a nice like like sense of humor to them. Like, holy smokes, you're amazing. So that'd be great for the guy in your life that grills. Every day with you is another adventure for those that like to go on adventures, road trips, camping together for the long haul. Though that's another one too. I love that. And then the one I'm using today, Happy Birthday to a Classic, obviously a classic car. And then if you see little hammers and wrenches here, to the man who does everything. I think we all have somebody in our lives that, or you should, that can do all that kind of stuff. I'm blessed with a lot of them. Hello, handsome. Love this guy. Wishing you happy Father's Day. And then just little embellishments there. But the cool thing is the paper, you guys. So when you think of the things I just talked about, the different sentiments, then look at this for grilling, the cool paper here. So this is 12 by 12. It's called He's the Man Designer Series paper. And then just some plain pattern on the background, or the back side of that. Isn't this excellent for the adventure seeker or camper or just the outdoorsy type person? So there's that. And then I just love this plain kind of plaid background there. And then this goes great with that Hello Handsome and the mustache. We had some paper that was similar to this a few years ago, probably bolder images, and it went over really well. And then there too, just kind of a plain kind of tweed looking background. And this makes for a nice background for guy cards. Love that. And this side too, just kind of more plain. But those are important little pieces. This is what I'm using today. So you can see vintage cars, Mustangs, muscle cars, and motorcycles. And I'm even using the little bit of scrap. And I'll kind of tell you how I get to that point on my card. But this is the part in the catalog. And I don't know if you really checked this out. And I'm like, oh, this looks like it's going to be one of those pages 12 by 12 where you get out your scissors and you cut around the images. I got it and I went, oh, this is even better. All of these punch out. So you'll get 2 sheets of this just like you do everything else. So if you want to punch this out to go with that stamp set that says like Together for the Long Haul, you actually have that. It's all colored in and everything, and you just punch it out. Or for the beer drinkers in your life, You Make Me Happy. That just comes out. And I actually saw a card made with that, and I thought they ran it through an embossing folder because it has such a fun textured background. So that was a fun surprise that I wanted to share with you guys, that these all just punch out. So think of the quick cards that you can make with or without the stamp set as accent pieces, or just this and the other designer series paper. Can't say enough fun about that surprise. I thought I was going to have to sit down with a movie and just cut all the images out one night, and I don't have to. So to start making my card for you guys, I'll stop chatting, but can you tell how excited I am about this new catalog, right, Tori? Tori's joining in. So to get to my little split paper image here, this is from the same 12 by 12 piece of paper. So imagine the 12 by 12 piece, you know, the full size. And then what I did is cut it in 5 1/4 strips. So I have 2 strips that are 5 1/4, and then I cut those into 3-inch sections. So that's how I have that. But then what I'm left with is this 12-inch by 1.5-inch strip. So I just cut that strip down in half. So now this is 3/4, and then I cut that into 5 1/4 chunks. So I have a few of these. So there's going to be less of these than there is this, but we all know when we cut like card fronts, a lot of times we cut 5 1/4 by 4, and you still have that strip left over. And these papers all coordinate so well. So I might steal, you know, something off of another strip to make more of the cards too. So that's how we have the 5 1/4 by 3-inch, and then the 3/4 by 5 1/4 strip here. And then this is going on Sahara sand for the card base here. And then that's opening up this way today. So 8 1/2 scored at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 that way. All right. And then what I'm going to do is get out my trimmer here, my Stampin' Up! Trimmer. And yes, I do use it left-handed. That's just the goofy thing about me. Makes me unique. That's what I've heard. So I'm going to just put some adhesive down on the back side and kind of just line that up with the edge here. So we have just that about a 1/4 inch type of matte, or I should say edge on there. And then same thing here. I'm just going to kind of put that at 1/4 inch away from the edge, and then I just kind of want to make sure that that's lined up with that and that that's lined up with that, just eyeing it. I have usually pretty good luck with that. Now I bring over my trimmer, and I'm gonna scoot down my trimmer just so I get to just the scoring blade there. And now we have this little wider gap here, and that I'm just going to eye once again where the blade is going to go, my scoring blade. I'm just going to run that across there a couple times, and now we have that. So when you close it, it can open up kind of just like a little bookbinder there, and so that's kind of fun. And Lois, my hostess, says, I really like the card. I kind of hoped you would, Lois. I kind of felt like you would, because this is, like I said, your type of card. You love masculine cards. One time, backstory about Lois is she did a party, and the theme was masculine cards. I did a whole in-home party for her, just masculine cards. So before I get too far into that, I'm just going to go right for embellishing it with some linen thread here. So I'm just going to wrap the linen thread around here a couple times. What I like about using linen thread is it still can be a guy card. It just adds a little bit of texture without being frilly or foo-foo that way. So just wrapping it around that a couple times, kind of just centering it on that designer series paper, and then I'll just snip that off there like so. And then if you want, you can, some people like to or choose to keep that open like that, and some like to have adhesive put on there so it only opens that way too. I don't know if you guys have a preference when you've made cards like this or not. Hi there, Sarah. So I have done it in the past where I've put my adhesive down, sometimes because of the linen thread or ribbon or whatever I might use to embellish that part. Sometimes it wants to kind of come up. So if I do use it, then I switch to my other seal adhesive, which is the Seal Plus. It's just a little bit stronger there. But for today, I think I'm going to leave it open, because the last card that I made for people that wanted cards, and I did something similar to this, I did seal it. So I thought, well, maybe I'll just kind of leave this open for something different. Now let's decorate the front, finish that. And this card comes together pretty easy because the images have an object plus the greeting together. So to stamp that out, I'm going to open up my Early Espresso ink pad here, and the cardstock that coordinates great with this is Sahara Sand, like I said in the beginning. So I'm just going to take a chunk of Sahara Sand, and Sahara Sand, for having kind of a light brown with a tinge of gray in it, I guess is the best way to describe Sahara Sand. Light enough that when I stamp out Early Espresso ink on it, it still shows up fantastic, which is great. So I'm just going to center that on there like so. Now I'm going to use a couple different die sets already, both from the new upcoming annual catalog. Of course, I want to use the All That dies, and this is the one that the catalog says coordinates with that image that I just stamped out. But then look at all these other fun dies. This kind of just has like a pattern texture to it, and then circle, oval, and then all these little flags. I love that they give us a couple of these and then a couple of those. And even this one's just nice little one I'm going to put in the back of my mind. Sometimes you just have all sorts of sentiments and greetings from different stamp sets, and I think that would be a fun one to kind of cut out and give a nice edged look. I already cut it out because I didn't know if I wanted to double mat it, but you can kind of get the idea there, how it gives a nice rounded edge, and then that little beveled edge there too. Oh yeah, so Sarah says she adheres her binder thing there as long as the ribbon's not too bulky. Yep, perfect. So yeah, so those are the dies that come with this bundle. And then I kind of reached out past that and thought, oh, I have to show you these guys. I think this is going to be one of my go-to new die sets, because some of my go-tos are retiring. Stylish Shapes dies here. So look at these. If you guys remember the stitched shapes that everybody was sad that retired, this kind of reminds me of that. So we've got this, and you can kind of see it has like a double stitching on there. So if you layer it, it'll be inside or outside. It'll make sense if you use them. So we've got some circles, squares, and then these little banners. So I'm taking the largest of the banner here, and that's what I'm pulling out to cut out two. So those are the two die sets that I'm using. And in case you're wondering, I've referred now to this annual catalog how many times. It starts Tuesday. So Tuesday could be a really fun, busy day. And I have a giveaway on my page going on right now where you can kind of shout out and list some things that you might be excited about with the new catalog. And then you'd have a chance to win something, a bundle actually from me if you are chosen to be my random winner. One of the things I'm really excited about is a magnetic pad. I don't think it's going to be ready for the mini machine. I'll have to double check on that, but for the big machine, it will be ready. And so when I'm working with something like this, how important it would be to be able to magnetize the die onto this and have that, you know, be perfect for that. That's what I'm looking forward to. This, because I didn't stamp and I'm just going to die cut to the shape, it's not as important. And two, I feel like the newer machines are just so smooth. I can almost get away without using my magnetic pad, either that or I'm just so used to not using it. I'm getting better at that. So here you can see the nice stitching on that too. And I forgot to kind of show you when this one cut out the nice beveled edge there too. All right, so I'll set those things aside. And then what I'm going to do, so I thought about kind of just putting this on here like that, just somehow, and then it was going to cut into that edging there where it's like, that's not going to work. So I got out my scissor and I just cut this about in half like so, and then I thought, well, I can shorten it and then it's going to fit. And I thought, well, let's just give it a little bit of a different like arrow look. So I'm going to put like one side on the top and one side on the bottom and have it kind of just have a little bit of a flag banner look that way. So I'm going to just run my adhesive across there like so, and I'm going to kind of use this little point there, that to be where I kind of line up my edge for sticking that on there. I want a little bit more to show. There we go. And make sure it's not crooked. And then same thing up here. I'm going to use that point to line up across here and then have that sticking. So now we have that. So you can see I've just cut that in half and now we have a little bit more action, kind of, if that's the best way to put it. Yeah, Sarah, I don't know if you heard my comment. There is a magnetic mini plate. I'm not sure if that'll be available to order the very first day. So that's why I'm excited about the large one, because we have heard that that one is going to be available the very first day. So sometimes they get us excited about things, and then because of production problems or just availability because of global shipping, we all know that that's going to be an ongoing thing. Sometimes things just aren't available right away, but I do know the magnetic cutting plate for the large machine will be available right away. So yeah, good comment. Hi, Carla. All right, so I've just put some dimensionals for those on the back side to give it a nice pop up. And then I'm just going to kind of center that on there like so. So now that really long banner now fits on the front, and it just kind of gives it a fun little look. Kind of reminds me of some of the like, oh, I'm not a car person, so I don't even want to say, but it's like the embellishments that some of the old-fashioned cars have towards the rear. And if somebody is a car person and wants to comment on what that particular feature is, right now, if you are a car person, you will be cringing because I don't know what that technical name is, but I think you can, like those long old-fashioned cars, they have those kind of things. So that's what it kind of reminded me of a little bit. And then I do want to do a little bit more embellishing than just the linen thread. And this is going to be new in the upcoming annual catalog too, the Rustic Metallic Adhesive Backed Dots. So these are perfect with this suite because it just ties in with the rustic colors, the dark neutral tones. And I'm going to go for one of the larger ones, two sizes, a larger and smaller. And so I'm going to do larger on the bottom and smaller on the top, like so, just to offset that. Tail fins, there we go, Joyce. Yes, that's what they're called. Yeah, it just, sometimes my mind just goes blank, but when you say that, that is what they are. Yes, or at least that's all I've heard them called too, Joyce. Thanks for chiming in. I needed that today. Too much time with grandkids. All we talked about was Sonic and some dinosaur something cartoon. And Legos, always Legos. All right, now for the inside, you are every bit of wonderful. That's coming from the Celebrating You stamp set. That's great for all sorts of different sentiments. And once again, just being able to use early espresso on Sahara Sand cardstock, nice and dark ink and yet light enough cardstock on Sahara Sand that you can write on that and you can add that ink there too. So yeah, Tori, I think it's so fun. And if for those of you that maybe missed the first part where you can look back and see all the punch out little symbols and sentiments and different things, I think that'll be really fun. I could have a whole class just on those little things, and so I'm anxious to use those as well as just using the stamp set and the different dies too. So this is card number 1. Oh yes, Chevy Impalas had cool tail fins. And Julie, this is like the first time in I don't know how long our family, my husband and I should say, don't own an Impala. We love Impalas. So I guess if we were back in that era, that would have been the car we would have had with tail fins. We love our Impalas in this household. So this is card number 1 for Lois Anderson's virtual party there, and highlighting the new He's All That, or He's the Man, excuse me, collection. So let me turn this around too. Tomorrow afternoon, I'll be back with you doing card number 2 for Lois's virtual stamp party, and not sure what I'm going to do yet. So I have kind of my pre-order spread out and looking at, should I use the new ink colors, or I know a lot of you are really looking forward to the sun prints paper and that kind of botanical look too. So I might try and find something with that to show you guys as well. But just, I think I sometimes struggle when I have so much, like what do I narrow it down to? I know a lot of you ask, how do you get all your ideas every day? And it's not so much getting the ideas are always there. It's narrowing it down to what should I do today only. So so I will be back tomorrow afternoon. Thanks Connie, thanks Julie, thanks Arlene, and show you card number 2. The host code is set up here. And then I will do a still shot of today's card with a whole list of the recipe of what I use to make the card. I don't know if you guys pay much attention to when I do those. I usually include a link. And if you click on that link, if you look at past cards, all my past cards have a link. I can't set up that link for today's card because it only lets us link to current products. And because this isn't a current product card, hardly anything on here is current. Cardstock, linen thread, ink. And so it doesn't allow me to make a good link if I'm only showing you one ink pad color and one cardstock thing. So until the new catalog goes live, I can't do those links, but I can definitely list out everything like you're used to seeing. And maybe some of you will go, nope, never click that link anyway, so it might not make any difference at all. But I put those on my videos, on my YouTube, and just always trying to make it easy so you can click and then it goes to like a shopping cart with everything used too. So that'll be updated later next week. But otherwise, have a great rest of your evening. See you tomorrow afternoon. Bye-bye.